foot on the hip, I use that momentum to get in my de la riva. Push out if I need. From here, as he pushes back in, bring my knees to my chest, take my legs out into mount. Now, as soon as I land in this mounted position here, I should have this sleeve. Okay, as soon as I've done this, and in reality, we want to kind of go for this a little bit quicker than what I'm doing right now. It's going to be a little more fluid. But when we land here, straight away, I'm going to bring my other leg up. You can either come foot under the armpit, or you can come through to like an S mount. But you don't want to be doing it with your hips down here. You want to try and get your hips up nice and high, because then there's less chance they're going to push you and get you in half guard. Okay, so when I land in this position here, often what I do is I bring my same side knee right up nice and high, up under his shoulder. That lets me get this leg up under his armpit, pivot and lean forward and away. Think about leaning into their far side knee. Okay, the more I lean this way, the more weight I can take off this leg, which means the more is on him and I can take this over his head really low. I don't want to have weight on this leg where to get it up, I have to do this and he can maybe lose the arm. Okay, so when I land my sweep, I'm going to be in this position here. Knee comes up, foot comes up. Pivot and lean. Everything's tight. Now, as the leg passes over, I'm going to let go of the collar and start catching the wrist simultaneously. Okay, so here, like that. Now, he's usually going to get his hands together at this point. I'm going to sit down, tighten everything up. Now, let's just go over when they get palm to palm first, and then we can go through some different stuff in a moment. So he's going to get palm to palm. We'll do a couple of different ones. First one we're going to do, just reach for the far side arm. I'm going to pull both of his arms in, tighten my own grip, so get nice and high on your own collar. And once I've got the arms outstretched, my blade is going to come between his hands to separate the grip, and then I finish from here. Okay, so again, he grabs a hold. I've landed in my position. I can tighten that first. Get the other arm. Bring both with me. That'll make his grip weaker. Get my blade. Wiggle his arms apart. And then finish from there. Okay, the second one we'll do, hands together from here. Just same thing from there. Yep. Now all we're going to do, my leg that's closest to his hips, I'm going to feed that through on top of his arm. Okay, so it was here. I'm going to point my toes so it fits easier, and then I'm going to fish hook my foot here on his arm. Okay, so I'm not feeding it through like this, trying to break his grip, like that. I'm going to push, then I'm going to fish hook. Now my other leg is going to do the same thing here. Okay, so now I've got this arm isolated. Okay, now from here, I can do the same thing, trying to fish hook and grab and break off, and I use my legs to kind of help push the grip away, but I've got control over this shoulder a little bit, which makes it hard for him to do his hitchhiker escape. Okay, so we get to this position here, come through. Say I can't do this one because he's pulling that down and back. Yeah, I can't get that one in. I'm going to try and feed this through, feed this one through, and I lock. Okay, now from here I'm controlling, I'm trying to work on that, and then it's going to be a kick. And then straight away, finish here, keep that lock on that arm, because it's going to slow down his hitchhiker escape because I've got control over that shoulder. So we'll go from the top again. Come out, we get our grip, we're moving around, trail leg in, de la riva on the momentum, comes in, and straight away I'm leaning, passing the leg over, he's going to lock his hands, good. So I'm in here controlling, trying to pull, hold my own collar, hold sleeve, break one, break two, it's not working, foot through, rewinding a little bit more real speed. Coming out here, moving around. From here, pull, through. Here, that's it, he's hanging on, pull. So, the general ways that he's going to control this position here, so he can try and hang on to this grip. is usually first is palm to palm, then it's going to slide to his bicep, and at that point usually his hand's still on the outside of my leg somehow, and then he's going to try and get it underneath my leg here. That's sort of his 3 layers. He's got one very last ditch one. If this comes out, he may also be able to grab the inside of his thigh like that, which can buy him like a little bit extra time. We can deal with that as well. So we'll go through now just a little bit for each of them. We've covered, so if I just recap, so I go elbow to elbow, so I'm trying to get deep and I'm holding onto my own lapel. I don't want to turn this into a bicep strength tournament. Okay, we all know I would beat Tristan in that anyway, but what I really want to do is use my whole back. Okay, so I go elbow to elbow, I hold. What I'm going to do is, and we didn't touch on this last time, so add this little detail now. When I get my fire grip, don't think about sitting down trying to pull back like this. Okay, again, think about sort of deadlifting technique. Generally speaking, we don't deadlift with a big rounded spine like this. I lift everything up. Okay, I get good posture like that. Now I'm much stronger to start to pull, and now I can start to peel the grip and then go into my finish. If there's space, I go through 1, go through 2, and now little shake, little shake, little shakes, and then bang. Big kick, and I get that. Okay, so now here. So they're the 2 that we covered previously. Sometimes though, when we're here and we're trying to do this, he manages to slide to his bicep. Okay, but we're going to start just on the outside of the leg. Yeah, so just going to be, that's usually his first step, is just to hang on there. Because now for me to get to this arm, I have to get past this arm as well. Okay, so the grip break that I'm going to do now, I'm going to let go of my own lapel and I'm going to feed it through to my leg, my north leg, the one that's over his head. Okay, so I was sitting here like this, but he switched off. So now I switch off. Now, from this position here, if you're the guy on bottom, just turn your head facing away or towards. I would probably say turn away. Okay, that's just a good habit, because then when it comes to reality and you're doing this for real, looking away for a last ditch escape, like a hitchhiker escape, you need to look away to do it. Okay, if you're going for an early escape, you would look in. That's kind of personal preference and situational, but for now we're just going to look away just to make it easier on this guy's head. So I'm in this position here, I was like that, doing all of this, and he switched to this bicep and pant grip. So I come through, hold my own thigh. Now I'm going to start to press my leg down into his head. So I want to start to put weight down onto his face. The reason I say turn your head is if he's looking straight up, when I do this here, it's often going to go straight across his mouth, his nose, his jaw. It's going to be quite uncomfortable. Now in reality, I don't care. But for training right now, or drilling, just turn your head to the side, make it a bit easier. So now from this position, I'm going to put weight on him. I'm going to fall to the side, and as I do, I'm going to start to flare my elbow as I press down. Leaning back slowly. As soon as it goes, my other hand is ready to catch. I'm going to catch it, start to extend, but I want to try and turn and face his legs as much as I can. As I'm doing that, the leg that was pressing down out straight is going to start to curl in. Okay, again, I'm trying to take away by facing this way, his thumb in this direction, and now means he has to turn all the way around here before he can even start his escape. Plus, by clipping his head and pulling it in, his head's now facing the wrong way for him to do the escape as well. Okay, so you want to try and do both of those things quite quickly. So we've got to here, I'm trying to break, I'm trying to sit tall, I'm doing this, and he's switched off. Here, flare, catch. As soon as I catch, roll, 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 pull. See how I'm trying to get that head off the ground, getting my heel into my butt. And now from this position, I'm going to finish by pushing my hips kind of sideways. Okay, so now I'm not coming back here and then finishing, because now it turns his arm where he can now hitchhike out. Yeah, so I want to make sure that I finish a little bit more side on. Again, I'm trying all my other ones, nothing's working, he switches, so I go deep. Okay, press on his head, flare, 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 catch, and now in one motion, roll, 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 pull my head in, but look what my other foot's also doing, it's hooking his hip. Okay, the idea here is I'm still pinching my knees together, but one controls his head, the other controls his hip. Again, think of him like a snake. You want to control the head first, but you want to control the tail second. Now it's much harder for Tristan to run around and hitchhike because I've also got his hips slowed down. Okay, and then I'm in this position here where I can finish from there. Alright, so once more. Here, I'm like that, nothing's working, nothing's working, nothing's working, so I straighten, crush, turn, and I'm here. Okay, this is pulled in, this is on his hip, and then from there, I'm finishing sort of sideways, like that. Push. Alright, so we'll do both of these in one go. So, we're going to go fully locked in here, and then as this one comes out, he's going to lift the near side leg, like this, and he's going to grab the inside of his own thigh. So as that hand pops free, he's now going to try and hang on there. That's kind of like your last ditch attempt at hanging on. Okay, so we're going to cover both of those. So just to recap, we worked, so we started here, tried to peel both hands, slice the grip across, we tried to get the leg through, cross, and then we went to the next stage, so we've tried to use the head pressure and the elbow flare, but before we got a chance to do that, he's now got that bicep control. Let's go over the bicep. Yep. And now he's got this hand underneath my leg as well. Okay, so now this one doesn't work as well, because now he's got this hand locked in under my leg, giving that added layer of protection. Okay, so what we're going to do instead, we're going to switch to our north side hands. The one nearest his head is our north arm. One nearest the hips is our south arm. We're going to switch our arms. Okay, so this one's going to come through, and then this one comes out. Don't just do this. Okay, if you do this, they're probably going to turn in, they're going to drag their elbow across your groin and pull their elbow free and get on top and past your guy. Okay, so when I'm in this position here and nothing's working, this comes through first, this comes out, and again, I'm trying to get elbow to elbow. Okay, try and think to yourself, elbow to elbow, elbow to elbow, elbow to elbow. Okay, now from here, I'm going to again hold on to my own collar. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Now I'm going to start to lean back slightly, and I'm just watching that hand. I'm sitting here patiently, and I'm seeing when that grip looks like it needs to either be readjusted, so just readjust the grip for a sec, like that. I'm looking for these sorts of things here. Or I'm feeling it get weak. And all I'm doing is I'm sitting, and my hand's ready, and I'm watching, and when I see him go to move, I'm pushing the elbow straight off. I don't need to worry about this. Okay, a lot of people focus on trying to do things where they clear this, like that. I'll just go back underneath, yeah. So like a lot of people worry about things that are like, okay, I'm going to do this, and wait, just lay down, just relax. So I'm going to try and do things where I go here, and I pull this out, and I back in, and I push that, and like there's just so much movement. Okay, all I really need to worry about at the end of the day is getting his hand off his bicep. What happens to this free arm, I don't really care that much about. Okay, now it might help him get on top, potentially, but I can deal with that. So when this goes, if he tries to push up on top, all I have to do is put my hand in, push up on top, up on top, up on top. Now you can use your strength, Tristan. Now you're going to come up on top. Yeah, see, now I've got this hand in. So that I don't need to worry about trying to get rid of this. Okay, as long as this hand's free, come out again, here, because I'm not just going to sit here and do nothing. When that comes out free, I'm going to snatch it the second it comes off. Okay, so all we're doing is that. So we're starting off, just go back to palms. So I was like this, trying to pull, then he's quickly switched to bicep and the outside of the leg. So now I've tried to flare and it's not working, he swings his hand through. Good, okay, so now, other hand through. Elbow to elbow, this comes out, grab my own collar, sit tall, start to put some pressure on that grip. I'm watching, 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 and then when I'm ready, palm just on the inside of the elbow, boom. Push and pull in one motion. Okay, if in that motion that it goes, he tries to sit up on top of me, I just plant my hand back. Then straight away I catch before he catches again, and then finish. If this now pops out, and he manages to get this leg up and does that, yeah, again, now I'm fighting another thing. Okay, so when that happens, all I'm going to do now is push his hand the way I pushed his elbow. Okay, so his grip here is strong because as I try and pull here, I'm pulling into his leg. So all I do is I push his hand away from his leg, and then I'm going to break that grip. So I'm in this position here, I'm trying to pull this way, and then I just do that. And then I come straight back and finish here. Okay, so again, he's locked his arm underneath. I was south arm deep, here, trying to break, north through. Lock to my collar, sit, I start putting some tension, then I go bang. Now straight away, if I can, I grab, but he grabs there. Yeah, he does that. That's his sort of last ditch attempt. So now I'm here, I'm just posting his head. He's probably going to try and come up. When he does this, he's usually going to try and come up. So that's why I just sit here patiently. I wait. When he stops trying to come up, I'm just going to go palm away from me, thumb up, poof. Turn it straight towards his head and then straight away come back and finish here because I don't want to put him straight into a hitchhiker escape. Okay, so when you break the grip off the pants, here when I break this, that comes straight back again. Alright, so once more, final one, he's going palm to palm, he gets all the way through. Yep, so now I'm sitting here, I dig, I get in, he's going to try and grab his pants when I break it. Good, so now I just post, I sit here. Okay, then when I'm ready, boom. Then I'm ready. Push. Get here and he's coming out, he's got the potential to turn his thumb down to his head. He rolls, comes out the back door, and then usually passes. Okay, so I need to be aware of that as well. So, let's just keep going with how we're going. So we've got our collar, we've got our posture, we break, he grabs his pants or his leg. Yep, I sit and relax. Now, we generally say not to cross your feet. This is one instance where I would break that rule, but you need to know why and how to do it. So from this position here, one thing he'll often try and do is he's bought himself some time. So now this hand is going to come to my other leg, and it's usually going to be the elbow or the forearm, because he usually can't get his whole arm in. And now from here, he's going to try and push this leg of mine between his. So he'll swing this one down. He's going to try and catch half guard. Because now he knows, even if I break this, there's so much space, I'm probably not going to finish the armbar. Because I've got no pressure around the joint. So now he's got a lot of wiggle room in here. As that's happening, he's going to come back on top, he's going to slip his elbow free, all those sorts of things. All that bad stuff for me is going to happen. So this is what I need to worry about when I'm going for that kind of last break. So we are here. I go boom, and I break and he catches. Yeah, I sit here first. Now in this position here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put my foot underneath, cross over. Okay, so my leg that's next to his hip, my south leg, I'm going to try and get it underneath his arm. Then my other leg, and I'm going to try and curl in and cross, taking away all that space. So now from here, I don't have head pressure, but I've got my arm on the floor. So now I've got nothing to hold Tristan to the mat. So when Tristan tries to come up, if I don't have my hand down, yeah, he'll come up. Okay, but I've got this. Okay, this is ready. I'm curling everything in so he can't. The main thing I care about right now is not him coming on top, because I've got that covered. The main thing I care about is him getting my leg into his half guard. So that's why I'm not really concerned about the head pressure. Okay, now from here, when I sort of feel like he's calmed down a little bit, he's not pushing on my leg quite so much, all that sort of stuff, quickly snatch, and this is where usually off of that, he's going to try and run away. So that's where this helps to slow him down. Okay, because now when I'm pulling in on that shoulder, even with Tristan's arm in the perfect spot for the hitchhiker escape, so just put your thumb out for 1 sec. The reason we call it hitchhiking, your thumb goes out, so you put your thumb like this. When I'm doing this, just roll into your belly. Very hard, keep going right onto your stomach, escape the armbar, Tristan, escape, escape, escape. Very hard when I've got that shoulder control. Okay, and I'm not even controlling the arm. Now, at the same time, you'd also be trying to snap his arm. Yeah? So from here, once more, we're in this position, we go bang, he grabs it. So I post straight away. Now, first thing I do, tuck in, curl, pull everything in tight. Just trying not to get put in half guard. We're playing here, I'm trying to break, I'm moving, he's trying to get on top, he's trying to push my leg into his guard, I'm sitting here. When I feel like there's a break in the action, bang, he hitchhikes. Yeah, very hard. And that's when I'm taking the elbow high, and then I'm finishing there.